Right, let's move on. We've got some AV news to get through. So let's head over to Ian. Let's do hardware first. So AV hardware, what's in the news?
Well, obviously there'll be lots of Panasonic talk, but
Yeah.
you've more than got that covered. So a couple of other things that are of interest. Sonos announced the new Ray soundbar, which comes in at £179, so it's cheaper than the likes of the Arc and its other models. But subsequently, that means it comes with a few less bells and whistles. So it's kind of one of those interesting payoffs between, whether you're happy to pay less and not have things like Dolby Atmos or HDMI, and whether Sonos can deliver the same high quality that it does in its other products at this cheaper price point. So it'd be quite interesting to see how that pans out.
Okay, good stuff. And we've got a review coming up of that. That'll be Simon Lucas's second review for us. So if you haven't seen the new reviewers on AV Forums, then head over to the homepage. There are reviews up there. So John Archer and Simon Lucas have both joined the team recently. Great to have them on board. And they're going to be producing a lot of home AV reviews for us in terms of soundbars and speakers and all that kind of goodness. So keep your eyes on the homepage for those new reviews. Anything else AV-wise, Ian?
Yeah, LG Display showed off their 97-inch OLED X TV at an event in California, which unfortunately I couldn't make myself. Yeah, whether there's any real need for a 97-inch OLED EX TV, time will tell. Not a great deal more was given about it in terms of the specs or obviously pricing, so we can't divulge too much more. But it does, I mean, it certainly looked the part. Quite literally, it's very hard to miss.
Yeah.
When you see a screen of that size, even if it is from the comfort of my living room rather than being out in sunny California. So yeah, it was just interesting to see, obviously, because it's LG Display rather than LG Electronics, who actually adopts it, whether it actually hits the market, and just how good the OLED X technology is going to be.
It is coming in the lineup this year. It's going to be on one of the models this year, so from LG Electronics. So that screen is coming. In 97 inches. Whether you can afford it or not,
would fit through my door.
Yes, it will, Ed. It will fit through a door.
All right. Okay. Well, that's a start.
I haven't seen your door, so I don't know if it's your.
Oh yeah. By the way, I live in one of those Hobbit houses that Peter Jackson built. No, I don't. It's no. Just the logistics of it, and then it's basically a glowing wall, isn't it?
But I mean, the thing is, we're moving into the digital age, whether we like it or not, as film fans and so on. Projected image it's always an image that I prefer, because it is a reflected image. It has a certain appeal to it. It has a certain texture and so on that you can't get from a direct view TV. But everything's heading for HDR grades now. Directors are actually thinking about what it is that they're producing and the different markets that are open to them. I mean, we've seen a lot more IMAX and so on as well, which was considered to be a dead format only 10 years ago. So, things are moving on. And if you can get a 97-inch screen that can do 1,000 nits and give you an HDR image with accurate color and so on, does that appeal to you, Jules, or are you old school like myself?
Yeah, we're of a similar age, aren't we, Phil? We have a sort of a nostalgic feel for projected images, and I prefer that. I mean, and the other main issue is that most film content is still, got a 2.4 to 1 aspect ratio, and the forums are full of people complaining about why don't films film my whole screen? I bought this big TV and there's great big black bars on them. So until they can solve that one, I mean, Philips did try, didn't they, a few years back with the CinemaScope TV? But
bless them. I mean, it just ignored the fact that it looked very weird when you were watching.
It didn't work right for TV. So
but hey, kudos to them for trying at the time.
No, absolutely.
I mean, we're in a marketplace now where people just won't take risks like that. So, I think you'll only see a 21:9 screen. Probably gaming monitors is the last part of the market where you're going to see that kind of ratio these days. I don't think we'll see it on a TV again, just for the reasons you just said there, Jules. Normal TV, you're going to have the black bars at the side rather than at the tops and bottoms. So
we should just film everything in 4:3 just to annoy everybody.
Well, I know you just said that in jest, but a lot of these professional cameras and a lot of cameras now people are choosing to use the full sensor and then mask it off or matte it off in such a way that suits them in terms of aspect ratio and how they want to tell the story. And in the past, I've scoffed at that, but it's becoming more and more prevalent. And one of the cameras that we're going to hopefully start using at AV Forums, the GH6 from Panasonic, it's full sensor. It's a micro four thirds, but the full sensor is a 4x3. It's a 5.7K sensor, and it's everything on there is 10-bit or above. So this is the future that we're heading to, and people are utilizing that aspect ratio. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see.
I just
a
looked
bit
Zack
more
Snyder,
going
Justice League.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we see a little bit more of that. Changing some of the aspect ratios, changing, and some of us old timers are going to have to suck it up. I think when it comes to these younger directors and what they want to do, as long as they don't go vertical, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with artistic intent. Let's put it that way.
aspect ratio.
Yeah, but anyway, 97-inch TV. If you could fit it in your room, if you could afford it, because it's going to be very, very expensive to start with. It'll appeal to some. I mean, Panasonic used to do a 150-inch plasma.
But that also doubled as a complete heating system for
Yeah.
home. So,
and one former Chelsea owner had 3 on his yacht. So
Which sank under the weight.